name is CaMbCaMb and I'm a Radiant Sentinel main. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to play VYSE on Ascent. This is going to include setups of the A site, B site, and for mid, and how to properly use your utility on attack, including some lineups. And of course, I'm going to show you guys how to hold the flank. Before I can show you guys the setups, I have to teach you this information about VYSE, otherwise you're going to get cooked in your ranked games. And that is, this utility can be spotted by enemies at a certain range. The wall can be spotted within 4 meters. Okay, so if an enemy walks up, they will be able to see this wall and they'll just jump over it, bait the wall into a shoot up. You'll pop your flashes, both your slows, and all your utils wasted before they even try to execute the site. And the same thing goes for the flash. If this flash is within 10 meters of you, they will be able to see it, kind of like how you'd walk up and see a killjoy molly. So when you're playing this agent, you need to be mindful of where you put your utility and that the enemies can see it within that certain range. So for example, you'd want to throw your flash up here while you're defending the site instead of somewhere close like over here, because they'll just walk in and see it right away. Now that you guys have that information, I can show you the setups of the B site. This one is my favorite setup and it's called the trap setup. So you want to put your wall right here, then you want to put one slow here, or you can put your second slow here as well, but I will throw my second slow right up here on the lever. Then I'll come down lane and I'll throw my flash right up against this wall right here. And how I play off this setup is as follows. When the jet dashes or enemies running into sight to try to hit this lever, the wall will shoot up, I hit this, and then the enemies trying to hit this lever will take a bunch of damage by the thorns. Then I'll pop this second one right here, and this will do damage to the people walking in the site and the people still stuck in B main, so it's really useful, okay? And then right here, when you hear the enemies in, the wall is up, they're going to be in a slow, and then you can pop the flash, and now the enemies are trapped here, nowhere to go, behind a wall, in a slow, flashed, free kills. The second setup I would like to run on the B site is pretty basic. What you can do is you can put your wall right here to cover main like normal. And then I'll put my slows somewhere near this grate right here so it covers the doorway. And oftentimes I'll even put 2 here, or I'll put 1 that's more towards the lane side as well, like this. Then I'll throw my flash in a number of different places. You can put it up here by the draft, or you can put it right up here on this wall, or over here, anywhere you'd like. And then I like to sit stairs, so then when I hear the enemies coming in and that first wall goes up, I'll pop the first slow and I'll just flash and I'll peek and I'll try to kill this jet or whoever is lever or whoever is trying to run in this site isolated, and I'll get this kill for free. But the main point I wanted to make here with this setup is you guys need to drastically change your setups every single round. You do the same B main wall 4 rounds in a row, they're just gonna do what I talked about earlier. They're just gonna bait it out and jump over it. And this flash right here, if you put it here 5 rounds in a row, they're gonna pre-fire it. They're going to just break it. So make sure you're rotating all this util and all these flashes. And we're on that topic, I'm gonna show you guys the next setup I like to run, okay? This is the lane setup, all right? I like to put my wall right here on lane, okay? And then I will put a slow somewhere near this wall like this, okay? Let me pull my flash back and I will throw my flash somewhere up here. And this second slow you can either use by putting it in the front doorway of main, or you can put it right here in this corner like you'd throw a killjoy molly. And I will sit back boathouse, and then when I hear the enemies running in, I'll pop that first slow lane or doorway to slow them down. And then when they start eventually getting up lane, that wall pops, you pop this slow, then you pop the flash. So just like the other trap, they'll be stuck here in the slow and full blind, and it'll be a free kill on this person lane. Here is a piece of bonus tech I found for the B site. What you want to do is you want to line up with this brick right here, put your crosshair right here, turn around, and you see this brick right here. There's this little like cut part up at the top. I'll put my crosshair on it so you can see. You want to aim under the brick right there and a little bit to the left, and you give this a click. This will bounce off the ceiling and then land up here on this lamp. Hear me out. So you throw that when the round starts, and you pop it right here before the enemies can shoot it because it's in a weird spot. And now when they're running through here to try to get the orb or just push the site, you stalled them out. And if they go to shoot it, then you have information that you know they're there. Before I show you guys the A site setups, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, please subscribe. I will be posting VYSE guides for the other maps as soon as I possibly can. For this setup, what you want to do is you want to run over here and jump on the top generator. You want to jump, throw your flash up here. People call this item right here crane. And then you want to come up to A main, and you want to throw your wall to the left as much as you can without like leaving a gap for the enemies to walk in. So something like this, because remember about the range earlier, you want to make the range as far away from them as you possibly can so they don't shift walk up, see the wall, and jump over it, okay? But when this wall comes up, there won't be any room for them to get through. Okay, so for the first slow, you throw it to the left of this grate, and then the second slow you throw over here on this wire. There's a few different ways you can play off this setup, but I'm gonna let you guys choose which one you want to do. Okay, the first one is when the jet runs in and this wall gets popped originally, you pop both of these and you pop the flash, and then you go for a peek and you try to kill whoever made it through, the isolating the 1 or 2 people and using all their utility to kill this person. Okay, but then there's the option of after that wall comes down, then the other 4 people, 3 or 4 people run into sight and just eliminate you because you just used everything you had left. Okay, so what you can do is when the enemies run in, that wall goes up for the first time, you can just use the flash and try to kill them off that first wall activate, or you can just use just the slows. So that is up to you which version of that you'd like to use to try to kill these players. Now here's a funny trap play setup you can do for the A site. You can actually angle your wall right here, which is really cool, and then I'll throw my first slow right here, and I'll throw my second slow on this side. Then I'll throw my flash either on this box right here, but better off, I think it's right here. It's a great spot for this flash. So how this setup plays out is the same thing with any execute. They're going to run in the site and they're going to have this wall pop up. And once this wall pops up, one person will be on the right side of it, and then the rest of the enemies will be stuck on the left side of the wall. So then you can go ahead and sit here, triple, and try to kill the person who just got out this way. And then you can pop the flash behind you and try to kill the people who are going to be stuck over on this side. So it allows you to cut the enemies in half and fight them without necessarily fully stopping their execute like the default wall main does. So I think this is a really cool and unique way to catch the enemies off guard instead of just doing the same thing over and over again for A. Let's pretend you keep getting cooked because the enemies keep splitting A through cat. Here's the setup you can do to help you. You throw your first slow right here on the grape, run up here, throw your flash up here on the wall, then you can throw your wall right here, put your other vines here, and then you can literally just sit in the bomb site like this, and they're splitting A site, pop the slow, go for the fights on the main people without having to swing. Then that wall goes up, you can pop this one, pop the flash when they're running in, and the wall will go up and they'll be isolated over here, and you'll be able to get that pick as well. And another option you have for cat is you could even like throw your wall like right here. You could put a slow next to that, and then instead of having your flash sight, you could throw it up here on this wall. And when that wall goes off, there'll probably be a smoke in front of you when they're splitting cat, right? So the wall goes off, pop the slow, pop the flash, run through the smoke, and go ahead and get whatever isolated players here that you can catch and just catch people lacking. Something a lot of people don't know about VYSE right now is you can use her wall for information. You don't have to just use her wall to stop a push. You can use your wall, and the second the round starts, put your wall down mid right here. So if the enemies are walking up and this wall goes off or it gets baited, whatever happens to it, now you know, okay, well, somebody's mid. We need to rotate someone to hold this, just like an alarm bot would, just like a cypher trip would. You can use your wall the second the round starts. You can put your wall aggressive B main, and whatever concept you can dream up in your mind, you can maybe set up a trap play in B main. This wall goes up, you have a stun, a flash, something with your teammates to make a play and kill that person. The barrier drops, you put it here, and you can have a slow flash, whatever you can dream up. And for cat as well, if people keep walking up cat, throw the wall here, throw a slow here, wait for that wall, slow, and then go for a kill on this player. There's a lot of potential, and you can use this character to get really good information for your team, especially if the enemies keep baiting your wall or your other walls aren't getting value. Use the wall for information. Here are the thorn lineups I made for the B site to help you and your teammates execute the site. You throw both of these lineups from the same spot on this grate. All you got to do is line up in the middle of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. This one goes to market. You see this line on the top of this building right here? You aim right at the bottom of it where it ends, and you just give that a throw and it'll land market. And then for the second one, you have to pull the razor ability out first, and you see the arrow and the little dot above the arrow. You see this lamp right here? You want to use that lamp as a reference, and then you go up to the shingle right here, and then you give it a throw, and this one will land CT. And I'll show you. So since the first one takes some more time to travel, I'll show you guys this fast. One throw here, second throw here, and you'll see how both of these land almost at the same time, and it'll really help you and your team get into that bomb site. Here are the thorn lineups for the A site. This will stop enemies from flooding out a tree while you're taking the site and from peeking heaven, and if they do, they'll be slowed, take damage, and you'll be able to pick them off. Both of the lineups are thrown from this spot right here, and I'll show you guys how to do it. The first one, all you have to do is aim up at this cloud right here, and there'll be like kind of an open spot right here, and all you got to do is give that one a basic throw, and that one flies up and lands towards heaven, as you can see it travel. All right, then the second one, all you have to do is look at your E, the flower, and you want to aim it in between this little like triangular corner right here, and then give this a throw. And this one goes up, over, and falls right through the trees right here, and now you have a really nice execute for the A site. You guys already have the lineups, but here's how you use your flash to enter this site properly and how you use your wall in a post plant. So for the flashes, you want to change the location up every single time. You can do a flash here to flash the people's site. You can do the flash here to do anyone towards like market or site here and then up here. But the key is with this flash, the second you click it down, you need to be spamming E to give them the least amount of time to break this before your flash goes off as possible. And then you play normal valorant with your team, you run into site, you clear the angles. And here are the different walls that I like to do. I like to do a wall here, or I like to do a wall here after we get control. So when the enemies go to retake this, 4 of them are CT, they run in, 1 or 2 of them make it through the wall, right? Then you could just be sitting up lane, pop your flash, and then kill the 1 or 2 people who just got through that wall. From the flash that you had still there from earlier, or if they did break it, you can just replace it on any of these walls. And the same thing goes for the wall market. And you can time that wall with a silver dart and other pieces of utility. If you did end up keeping the slows because you didn't want to use them for the execute, that's where you can just throw them here to play it with the wall, or throw it behind it. This character really excels in the post plant. Very similar concept for the A site. You want to change up where you throw your flash every time, do it somewhere on this left wall, or come over here, and I like to throw it on the right wall, spam the E like we talked about before. But the walls I like to do for this post plant is I will throw one up here after we clear the site, right? And the reason why I like this wall so much is you can literally position yourself like Gen, Dice, anywhere, and when that wall goes off, then you pop your flash and you go for kills here. This is where people are literally typing like, bro, that's insane, in the chat of my ranked game. You can do a very similar concept for this spot, and just like at B, if they break this flash, you can go ahead and throw it in a different spot. And if you did keep your slows instead of using them as an execute, which I highly suggest you use them to execute with, but after you do that, then you could just throw your slows to go with the walls, just like you would on the B site. If you're not really lurking and you're not really holding the flank well, here's the walls that you can use instead of post plant, but to use them to hold the flank so your teammates stop getting killed and stop getting lurked on. One wall you could do right here, normal wall. Another wall you could do right here that's a little bit more fun is this wall right here, and you'll be able to catch anyone trying to push it up the flank. For the A site, I have found the best spot to be right over here, and it'll catch anyone. But you guys got to be careful. You guys got to be paying attention to the voice line the character gives when the wall goes off, and you guys got to be paying attention to the minimap. Because the last thing you want to do is have that wall go off, and you don't tell your teammates, and then they flank, and then they kill you. If you guys enjoy VYSE content, I'll be insta-locking VYSE every single game over on my Twitch at twitch.tv/CaMbCaMb. I'll be trying to learn more about VYSE, try new setups, and work new things out. So if you guys want to get in on the technology, come through over there. And on top of that, if you guys don't want to miss out on the future VYSE guides I'll be posting for the other maps, make sure you guys subscribe. Have a good one.